This month's main test is a Volvo FH540 owned and operated by Bailey Transport Limited in Auckland. But it's not just a test this month, this is the story of a journey between a customer and a supplier, one that ends just how you'd hope.
Hi, I'm John Bailey from Bailey Transport in Auckland, and this is our new FH Volvo.
Eight years ago, John and wife Janet purchased the first of 3 Renault Lander 4626s to service their Metro Auckland and Waikato regional contracts with Foodstuffs Limited. They seemed the perfect fit for the operation, and the first one appeared on the cover of New Zealand Trucking magazine back in the day. Priced between the Japanese trucks of the day and parent Volvo's lineup, they met the new Foodstuffs criteria for contractors that included a Euro 5 emissions level, a minimum torque of 2100 Newton metres, that's 1550 pound-foot, and ABS and EBS. The 3 Renaults gave the Baileys an exceptional service, and John said had the new T-Series been coming, they'd have definitely been signing up for one. Sadly, we now know Volvo withdrew the mark in 2016 on the back of low sales and duplicity of offering across the suite of brands. That left the Baileys in a potentially uncertain situation. But the Renault's departure wasn't the Baileys' fault, and motor truck distributors stood by them, delivering a fair trade, allowing the couple to continue their business progress up the Volvo Group family tree. I can't speak highly enough of them, says John about the whole transition deal. So, following the arrival of an FM Volvo initially, a new contract servicing Tikawiti and Tamaranui out of the Wiri DCs for Foodstuffs came the Baileys' way. The couple moved emphasis from access and multi-stop usability to comfort and power. The 590km-a-day run deep into the King Country was more an FH sort of gig, and that's the truck you see here. There's no disputing this is FH territory. A beautiful machine to ply the ups, downs, twists, turns and undulations of the North Island's big country west of Lake Taupo. Beneath the cab is Volvo's Euro 5 D13C 540 engine at 12.8 litres displacement. The engine uses SCR to achieve its emission status. Behind the power unit is the company's famous iShift 12-speed automated manual transmission with iRoll, often considered one of the yardstick AMTs against which so many others are compared, and it showed with faultless performance. If there's one thing John said he might do, it's hold a gear so it crests hills on torque rather than letting it flick down. Up front, the 6.5 tonne rated front axle sits on parabolic springs and shock absorbers, and at rear the Volvo RTS 2370B single reduction tandem bogie at 21,000 kg capacity rides on the company's RADD GR 8 bag air suspension. Looking at the performance curves explains why life's a doddle for the FH. Maximum power of 397 kilowatts, 540 horsepower, occurs between 1450 RPM to 1900 RPM, and the peak torque of 2600 Newton meters, 1920 pound-foot, sits flat from 1050 to 1450 RPM. So not surprisingly, 90 kilometers an hour crops up on the Taco's 1000 to 1500 RPM green band at 1450 RPM. The Bailey fleet isn't troubled by weight as a rule. A full load of mixed groceries on the deck, plus the pallets aloft and the internal racking of the 15.1 metre Fairfax Semi would normally see the 6-axle combination grossing well under 39 tonne. Incidentally, a full load at the 39 tonne legal is a worst case scenario for the truck of 13.8 horsepower to the tonne, so it's a pretty good worst case scenario really. Braking is as you'd expect from an EBS clad disc braked Volvo, and the 375 kilowatt 3-stage exhaust engine brake reduces their use to a minimum anyway. The truck's handling was impeccable, although softer in the cab ride than the other big Euros we've sampled of late. I suppose you'd say very Volvo. John and regular driver Mike Ricky Willison are eking out more and more of the iRolls functionality as time goes on in the King Country, and out-of-the-box consumption to date has been 2.6 to 2.9 kilometres a litre. If you're into gauges and wood grain, then this truck will have you reeling and screaming. The FH Dash takes austerity to a whole new level, looking like Mr. Sulu's instrument panel from the Starship Enterprise. In front of the driver it's all digital, so there's definitely a saving on gold bezels, that's for sure. Switchgear and the navigation, comms, Dynafleet data screen occupy the wrap, and of course there's a smart wheel with phone, cruise and menu controls for the diagnostic interface. The wands accommodate indicators, dip, wipers, eye roll and engine brake, and the innocuous eye shift mount sits politely at the driver's side. The 1060mm of headspace seems ample and moving about is simple. The Volvo's party trick has to be storage. It's in the back wall, lockers in the top of the sleeper, folder slides in the top of the door pelmets, lockers overhead above the screen, pull-out drawers under the bunk that come with a fridge option, access to additional space under the bunk, a glove box, a pull-out drawer and cup holders in the central island, and the movable bird bath oddments tray sitting atop the main dash. For all your admin requirements, there's a Volvo clipboard cum table that clips to the steering wheel with a dire warning about not using it while operating the Good Chariot. Outside there are huge lockers either side of the cab, including one with a pull-out plastic hand wash tank. Now that's a treasure. So there you go, the Baileys have transitioned out of trucks that may have caused them some headaches on the back of a relationship with a company that understands their role in the evolution of their customers' business. Well done the Baileys, top marks motor truck distributors. Oh, and as far as the Volvo FH goes, top marks to you too. Get the full and most interesting story in the February edition of New Zealand Trucking Magazine. Thanks a lot for all your support, have a great month, all the best.